Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Grimm number 15. This is a new book from Boom Studios. Let's take a look at the creative team here. We have Stephanie Phillips on writing duties, illustrated by Flaviano, colors by Rico Renzo, and letters by Tom Napolitano. So this is the end of a new arc here. So let's take a look. In this issue, the end of the third arc of Grimm will have readers white knuckling on the edge of a hellish precipice as Jess will perform a daring rescue, but will also need some rescuing of her own in her monumental reunion. But the lack of death in the mortal realm will end up being the least of humanity's problems if Annabelle's grand plans come to fruition. I mean, as you can tell from the cover, there's going to be some big fighting in this one. I really. So this third arc has been a lot more slow pace. It's definitely. I feel like it's not as been as linear of a story. We've been visiting a few places. We've been doing some other, like, I don't want to call them side quests, but I had completely, like, when I started this issue, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot nobody can die in the world of the humans. Um, just because we had been doing so much other stuff, trying to rescue some of Jess's friends, betrayals, and all that stuff that's been happening. But I do love that we kick off this issue with the Fates. I think they're very interesting characters because it almost feels like they have so much power yet no power at all. It's a very interesting paradox of these characters. But yeah, things escalate very quickly. I think Flaviano just manages to find a really cool balance between, like, some of these more violent moments and some of these more quiet, almost comedic conversation, like the juxtaposition of that. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we look at the art. The juxtaposition of those things is I think it's just very interesting, and it's pretty funny too. So let's take a look at some of the preview art here. As you can see, we start off in a diner. Since no one can die, like, this dude's getting beat up. This guy's over here taking his coffee, like, with a thousand knives in his back or whatever. And then here we see the Fates, whose meal is interrupted, but very nonchalant, right? I think it's very interesting that it's just very nonchalant how, like, they are taking this all in, because they're kind of above everything, but also, like, smack dab in the middle of it. So it's really, really interesting. I do like that there are some characters that still manage to try to be and do some good. So yeah, it's very interesting. So this is even the preview art isn't even the big crux of this issue. As you could, like I said, as you mentioned in the cover, Jess is coming back. She's gonna face a large adversary. But what does that entail? What is, now that Jess and is kind of reunited with some of her friends, can they even stop, or is there any even hope to stopping this plan? Um, I think this book, especially this arc, it's going to be a really fun reread. I think one of the things, because I am covering this monthly, sometimes I get a little bit lost waiting for the next thing. Whereas if I was reading this as the trade, like, it would just, like, it'd be kind of like nonstop storytelling and action, very well combined. But in this one, like, if we have, like, in the past, the last issue, I feel it was very more story related as opposed to action related. So whereas this one is kind of a little bit of both. So it's kind of good to find that balance. But I think within the trade, we will also find that balance, and maybe that's what the team's been planning. So either way, this is a lot of fun. Continues to be one of the most fun books on my pull list. Like I said, I am pulling this month to month. So really fun to revisit this world and check in with these characters every once in a while. So I hope this book finds a new audience now that it's being collected. Now that there's going to be 3 volumes, um, I think that's a very good uh, outlook, because there are people definitely that are looking to get into a comic and just kind of get into it for a bit of a long haul. And I think 3 volumes is a pretty good, like, it's a great point to get to if you're a comic book, especially an independent comic book. So yeah, really excited to see what the team's going to go from here. I don't. I feel like the story could go on for years, and it could also just kind of come to an end in the next arc. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. So really cool stuff as always. Beautiful variant covers. This is probably one of the books where I have the most difficulty picking out a cover. if not buying multiple at the end of the day. So yeah, really, really fun stuff. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.